Hello, my YouTube family. Come with me on a quick, short weekend trip to New York City. This trip was super important to me because it was an all-business trip to attempt to pass the dental ADEX exam for the third time. I will be going over some tips and tricks and how I prepared to pass this crazy exam towards the end of the video. I will share what worked for me, so stay tuned for that. So this video is specifically, well, not specifically, but especially for my dentist friends out there whom have been practicing for years out of school, and now find themselves having to take this exam in order to work in different states in the United States. So without further ado, andiamo, let's go. All right, made it. Tired. Let's get a quick workout in at the hotel gym to be able to sleep good tonight and get some movement after being in that freaking flight for 3 hours, 45 minutes, I believe. So I'm gonna start off by some warm up on the treadmill. Ooh, finito, finito, finito. That was great. That felt good to move. For sure. Now I'm hungry. I'm hoping to go walk. I found this Greek place like 2 blocks down, and I think I'm gonna go try. It looks really, really good. They have Greek salad. If you know, that's my favorite. I just want to show you the view real quick. Look. I still will never understand how New Yorkers can live like this. You could totally see inside those other people's places, and they can see in mine, which is weird. No privacy. Anyways, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat, shower, study, and go to bed early because tomorrow's a big day. So it's also supposed to snow this weekend. It's New York is supposed to get like a big storm, which I'm a little scared about because I might be stuck here on Sunday. I don't know. I'm excited to see snow in the city though, but it's supposed to snow like a lot. So I'm worried that my flight will get canceled. There's a high chance, high probability, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna bundle up and go get some food. Movement felt great though. Day 1, some cafecito decaf. Okay, wish me luck. It is fucking cold. I'm freezing. Ooh, fuck. Fucking cold as fuck. Done with day 1. I'm stuck. Done with day 1. It is so cold out there. Oh my gosh. I want to be in the sun. Oh, I'm not built for this. Walking for 20 minutes was pretty brutal. I thought I couldn't feel my nose. It was frozen. I thought I got frostbite or something. It's so cold. So day 1's done. I feel pretty good about it. But you never know, you start like second guessing everything. But everything looked pretty good, checked out, in my opinion. I just hope the graders are generous. But definitely won't be walking tomorrow because of the snow that's coming. I got some food. I got some takeout real quick because I'm starving. I got a little salmon bowl. It has salmon, sweet potatoes, broccoli, lemon, and some sriracha. And I also got some tea. I'm so hungry. I don't know if I mentioned, but my flight got canceled. So I'm stuck. Everyone's stuck here. Oh man. I need to look to see when I can leave. When I could book another flight. Rebook something else. Hopefully Monday. I also need to look into extending my hotel stay for Sunday night. I'm actually pretty nervous, guys, because it's supposed to snow like a lot. Like a lot. I never experienced like many feet, I guess. And it's supposed to start in the morning, and I'm going to be testing really early. So, I mean, I'll be fine to get there and do it. But once we come out, I'm curious to how it's going to look outside. And, all right. Been reviewing all day. Took a little nap. Don't really want to go out to the store, but I think I need to go to Whole Foods real quick. I need some stuff. Now that I'm staying an extra night, I should get some stuff. Let's go to Whole Foods real quick before Contenta joins us. All right, andiamo. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned, probably not because I did it after. I sorted out my hotel situation, extended it for one more night, and I was able to book another flight on Saturday. On Monday. So hopefully I'll be flying out Monday at like 4:50. It's gonna be a long day, but make it to work on Tuesday, first day of work. Yeah, all right. Okay, now andiamo. That's it.
Isolation.
Say hi. How we're feeling it. So funny. It's a fancy Home Depot. Okay, while walking, we're freezing. It's so cold. So it begins. You can see it. Day 2. So cold.
And it can take a while for them to get to these inner streets.
Oh, bless his soul.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, somebody else let him borrow another one. Here we are. Yes.
Okay.
We're cold.
Oh, you have a video?
We ran for 20 minutes, a little over a mile, because I'm slow, don't judge me. We got some steps in because it's going to be a long, long flight, 4 hours and a half.
Hi! You should go on this side. This girl's trying to get run over.
All right, thanks so much. I got about 3 hours to wait here, so some food, and I'll get some coffee. And then I don't know. Kona! Kona! Where are you? Kona! Sunday, I did not record much because if you know, you know. After that exam, it's an 8-hour exam, you are just completely defeated. You don't know how to feel because you don't know if you passed, you don't know if you didn't pass. You're physically so drained. Your hand hurts, your head hurts. I mean, you've been wearing your glasses for all those hours. You're questioning everything. Morale is so low. You don't know how to feel after that. It honestly feels like, man, you just came out of war. Came out of fucking dental war. And It's awful. It's awful. It's a very long, stressful day. High stress. You are focusing, hyper focused on a tiny, tiny tooth, trying to make everything so perfect, and then everything's on like out of your hands. Like hoping the graders are kind and just not crazy picky. I didn't really record much besides grabbing dinner and wrapping up the night. You know, we finished and such. But yeah, what a day. That was a day, to tell you that. So for those who don't know what the ADEX is, let me give you a little background because I'm just blabbering about it and making it sound like the craziest thing in the world, which it is. But let me give you a little bit of background. So the ADEX stands for the American Board of Dental Examiners exam, and it's a comprehensive standard clinical licensure exam, pretty much, for dentists and dental hygienists in the U.S. It consists of 5 parts. One of them is a comprehensive treatment planning exam on the computer. They have to schedule to go to the Prometric, those testing centers where you take this exam. Is more for like treatment planning, like cases, right? Like, okay, so that's one of the parts. Then the other 4 parts are more clinical. They're more hand skills. So you pretty much register to take this in a university that is hosting the exam. And the 4 parts includes endodontics, which is a root canal, periodontal scaling, which is cleaning plaque out of the plastic mouth, prosthodontics, which is pretty much making crowns. Like I have to make 3 crowns, a bridge and a front crown. And the last one is restorative, which is fillings. So we have to do 2 fillings, a front tooth and a back tooth. So this is all done in plastic teeth. It used to be done in real life patients, but since COVID, they actually switched it to plastic teeth, which is what we learn with anyways. When you're in dental school, you learn how to do fillings and everything on plastic teeth first before you transition into clinic and start seeing patients. So, I mean, it's good in the way that you don't need real life patients anymore, but it gets tricky when you graduated a few years ago and you're not used to drilling in plastic teeth and now you have to go back to it. Mind you, again, plastic teeth, nothing compared to real teeth, so they're very fragile, and it's just like trying to mimic a real tooth, so really, really hard in its own ways. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much you have to pass all those 5 parts in order to pass the whole ADEX itself. You get 3 attempts to take it. The first one I took in Loma Linda was, of course, I did the exam one already, the computer one, passed that. Then when I went for the clinical part, so just a quick backstory. When it was my first time taking it, okay, this was my mentality. I'm a dentist already. I've been doing this. I do this every day. I should be fine. I'll pass that, right? I was very relaxed about it because I was like, I do fillings all the time. Like, I'll be fine. So I go in, didn't really practice or anything. I watched some videos here and there. I read the rubric, of course, but I've already done this, right? I took this exam when I graduated dental school. I figured it was pretty much the same. Well, I was wrong. I felt really good that day. I felt like I did great, but I passed 2 of the parts and I failed the endo and restorative. And they don't really show you what you got wrong. They just tell you in words what was wrong. So in the first 2, the filling teeth, apparently there was still a cavity left behind on the tooth. It's a plastic tooth. I just don't understand how there's cavity left behind, but whatever. So there was cavity left behind, so I didn't pass. And the root canal, this is more for my dental people that will know the verbiage, but it's there was the pulp horns were still there, which I'll show you. I have a plastic teeth. Apparently I still had pulp horns, so they didn't pass me. I was expecting to pass the first time. So thankfully, if you don't pass the first time, you get a complimentary second attempt. However, you still have to pay faculty fees, which is a lot. It's a lot of money still. So register for the next one available in New York City. Now I feel a little more confident, right? Because I've taken it now, so I know what to expect. I know the setup. I know the feeling of being there, everything. So I was like, okay, I could do this. Round 2, let's do it. Last summer of 2025, I went to New York City and I took the exam for the second time. It was still just as awful. It's just long days, a long day, and you're tired and you do your best, but of course you second guess every little step because you're trying to be so precise and to the millimeter, we're talking millimeters. That, yeah, so I thought I did well. I felt pretty confident, but then again, you never know how to feel. At the airport, I got the text that the score was out. I looked and it said that I failed restorative, which crushed me. That was very upsetting. And again, the reasons I'll go over at the end of the video why they failed me are insane to me, are insane. So that was that. I was over it. I did not want to try to take it again, but you do have to take all 5 parts in less than, I believe it's a year or 18 months since the first attempt. Otherwise, it's voided. So I figured, why not take it the last time? Because either I take it or I don't. Might as well take it. Otherwise, it will be voided. So I signed up for this January 2026. And for this one, it was more stress, like way more stress, because this is literally my last chance. Not only do I have to pass 1 part, I need 2. So I need to really pass both, because like I said earlier, if I pass 1 but not the other, that's my last attempt. So everything is to the trash pretty much. And now if I wanted to redo it, I would have to start all over, doing even the parts that I already passed. But this time it was very scary because I needed to do great in both parts. So let's talk about what I did differently this third time around to prep. Okay, so now let's talk about how I prepared. How did I prepare for this exam? First, I watched all the YouTube videos available that I could find about the ADEX. There's a few that walk you through the rubrics, which you could print out online, and you should, because you need to take these to the exam. You print out the rubrics for every procedure. Some videos go through it, which is very helpful, because sometimes when you're reading it, it could be a little confusing as to like what exactly they're looking for. So those are very helpful. Other videos go step by step on doing the procedure, which is extremely helpful, because you get to watch their tips, their tricks, in a very magnified camera to show you how to do the procedures. So that's very helpful as well, and those are super valuable. And then there's other videos that kind of cover how test day would look and how it looks, like what you do when you walk in and all that stuff. So YouTube, watch them. I watch them a million times.
all of them. What else? Secondly, I purchased a typodont, which is, I'll insert a picture right here because I don't have it anymore. It's pretty much a plastic fake mouth. I purchased it off of Amazon, which is not identical to the real thing, but it worked. So it's pretty much a plastic mouth with screwed in teeth. And what I did was I used that to press third time around in order to prep for the exam. I did invest more money to be ready. So what I did was I bought some fake teeth sold by Steven Solutions. I'll put the link right here. Stevenson Solutions. These teeth are pretty much almost identical to the real teeth in the exam that you will do. I'm not sure if they're the same or not. I don't think so, but they're almost identical. The closest thing you could get to the exam day teeth. So I bought 3 of them. I don't know what my other one is. For the procedures I had to do. If I had to do all of them, I would probably buy more. But they are a little pricey. It adds up. Everything in dental adds up so easily. But I just bought one of each to practice before exam day, so I could get a feel of how it feels to drill in plastic teeth, and especially ones that have like fake cavities, fake decay in them and such. So a little investment, but it was very, very important. So what I did was with the typodont, the fake mouth, they come with screwed in teeth. I was able to unscrew them and replace it with these. So I placed this one in the mouth, so I had something to practice with. So I practiced at my dental clinic 2 weeks prior to the exam day. I gave myself, every day I did one of the procedures. One of them I did the posterior tooth restorative, other day I did the anterior tooth restorative, then I did the root canal in the front tooth, and then I did the access to the posterior endo tooth. So 4 days I had to practice. I had some light days at work and I would either come early or stay late and practice on that. But what I did was I timed myself and I pretended it was the real exam. So I did the whole thing with my rubric. For example, for restorative, I prepped it to ideal to the teeth, and then I pretended to ask my modifications, and at the end of the test, I pretty much reflected on it and checked what I did wrong, what I could have improved on, and took notes of that so I wouldn't repeat that on the exam. With restorative, I was very scared because the reason I failed twice was because there was still decay left behind. So triple, quadruple check to make sure that nothing was left behind. Of course, it's plastic. Sometimes to me it feels hard, but to others it may not. So that was stressful. I also bought some burrs that I'll be posting here, which ones that Dr. Stevenson recommends. And also one thing that saved me that I bought are the little bumpers, wedge the nicking the adjacent tooth. So I bought some of these, and I bought some burrs that they recommended for example, for endo, I bought the endo Z-burr because it's a non-cutting end burr, and then for the restorative, I got some, not carbide, I got diamonds, like 330 diamond burrs, and because they work better with plastic teeth. Mentally, I also worked really hard on being in a good state of mind. Of course, I prayed a lot every day, for my hand scales, for a sharp mind, just to not doubt myself and to feel confident and to remind myself that I know what I'm doing and go in there and do that. So for example, another thing for the endo, the reason I failed the endo axis the first time around, axis is tiny. Apparently, my palatal was less than 1 millimeter. So everything is pretty much, this exam is more about following rules than anything. Like, if you follow all the rules, and the rules pretty much are like, the axis has to be like less than or equal to 2 millimeters from the mesial ridge and all that stuff. So as long as you draw your lines and know how far and how minimums and maximums and where to stay in the safe zone, that is pretty much what you need to do. But of course, that is ideal. During the exam, a lot of things could go wrong. A lot of things are out of your hands. So yeah, restorative is very challenging because there's endo, you follow the rules to the best you can. Very careful, of course, not to overextend. Start little. Start little is one of my biggest tips. Start very, very conservative. Eat, check. Every movement, every drill that you do, stop, check, measure. Drill, stop, check, measure, pretty much. But for restorative, I mean, a lot of stuff could go wrong. Sometimes things chip. Sometimes you're unsure of if it's a cavity still or not. Then you have to ask permission for extension. So yeah, definitely that's hard. Even asking for extensions is so nerve-wracking. Hoping that they approve it, that they don't deny it. Making sure you keep track of your time and making sure that there's no decay left behind. Also, another thing worth mentioning is that as of 2026, they changed some of the rubrics from last year. So some of the parts, for example, restorative now, before you were able to choose which one you wanted to start with, and you could take as long as you want on one tooth until you feel like you're done, and then you can move on to another one. Now they divided it. Now you have to start with the front tooth, and you only get 3 hours for that. Only get 3 hours, and you have to finish it, start to finish. Then you move on to your other one. So that's really important because thankfully for me, I always like starting with the front tooth, so it didn't really change my flow. But a lot of people like starting with the posterior tooth, and I think we were like one of the first ones that they did that change on. But which is good and bad. I could see the benefits because now you have to finish between that time frame. Because before I heard a lot of people would go over, like, it would take too much time on one tooth, and they'd have like an hour left to do the other one, which is also not good. But I don't know. Some people like this, some people don't. But that's how it is now. So now you do restorative anterior class 3 for 3 hours, finish, and then you get 5 hours to do the posterior tooth afterwards. But you have to finish before time ends, otherwise it's an automatic fail. Another thing that changed that I noticed compared to 2025 was the modification request sheets. Read the candidate guide for sure, and the manual. That is like your survival. Print everything because you're able to take it during the exam. So I read it so many times. Read it, keep it, take it to the exam. In the back of your rubrics, you're able to draw and write notes and take that to the exam as well. So definitely recommend that. On the measurements, how exactly they needed to look, and in the back of the paper, I wrote down step by step what I would do the whole time. Request sheets now look like this, which is different than before. You don't even turn it in, you get to keep it, but I had asked for a lot of extensions. 4 extensions for the front tooth and 3 for the back tooth. So time management, crucial. Yeah, sorry, this was a long-winded video. If you're still here with me, I just want to say whoever's in this journey, either taking the ADEX for the first time, second or third attempt, you are capable. Take it slow, while being conscious of your time, of course, and triple, quadruple, check everything. Please measure everything, check every move that you do. Like I said, be confident, and it's a game of following instructions at the end of the day. for restorative, just make sure no decay is left behind and trust your gut. Good luck, best of luck to everyone currently in this journey, and I wish you all the very best. Another thing worth sharing is that before, this is pre-COVID time, there used to be two exams, two types of exams. One of them was the REB, which covered more so the West Coast states, and then there was the ADEX, this one, which was more of like Eastern states, pretty much. Why was there two? I have no idea. So if you were in dental school and you knew you wanted to, you're from like Georgia, and you wanted to move back to Georgia, then you knew to take the ADEX. But if, for example, me, if I'm from California, they take the REB, so I took the REB for that reason, and I wanted to move to Colorado as well, so Colorado accepts the REB. So anyway, so the one I took is the same. You do the same things. I passed it, graduated, got my license, everything. But then after COVID, I think we were the last class of 2022, to take the REB. After that, the ADEX pretty much took over nationwide. It became the nationwide exam. Why we're not grandfathered into it, beyond me. No idea. Maybe because they want to make, not sure. But now, say if you like want to move to the East Coast to practice, or to Hawaii, or anywhere that takes the ADEX, whatever you took does not count, and now you have to take that exam. I've been out of school a few years. I haven't touched a plastic tooth in a long time, and now you're telling me I have to take an exam on a plastic teeth, which, like I said, it sounds easy at first. You're like, all right. For all my first-time takers that are planning on taking it, don't underestimate it. It's actually hard. It's really hard. It really is hard. It made me feel better reading that ever since it became the nationwide exam, even the best dental schools like Washington State and such, they used to have a passing score, like a passing rate of their class was like in the 90s. 90% of the class would pass. But ever since the ADEX took over, like, it has significantly dropped. Many people fail it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the messed up part, which is why the title of my video is that I feel for, and I feel really bad for, is the people, dentists that have been practicing and now want to move or want to work elsewhere, and they have to go back and take this. Yeah, this includes orthodontists, specialists that have not, they don't even do these procedures on a day-to-day. They do braces, and now they have to go back and take an exam that requires them to do the bread and butter of general dentistry. Now that's crazy. Also, I met many people from different paths of life during this exams. Some of them have been dentists for years. They're like, we're talking, they're older, and for whatever reason now they have to take this exam. It's just nuts. I feel like if you're already a dentist, you should be grandfathered in, but I don't make the rules.